Chances are you will probably catch a snapshot at a wedding at some point in your life, and one of my favorite facts for bridal is black and white. Now, just converting to image mode, grayscale does not make a beautiful black and white. That is a default conversion. In fact, Photoshop even tells me, hey, there's a new better way to do this. Image adjustments black and white, but I will hit this card. So we can compare a before and after when I hit discard. I am going to use history. And at the bottom of history, which should be up as part of your Central's workspace, you will see create new document from current state. And when I click that, we can compare Photoshop's flat default conversion to what we are going to do. I will come back to the bride and groom shot, and I will undo. You can use Ctrl-Z or Command-Z. I will use history just to jump to the last step, and before I even begin correction, I will do a few quick cleanups. I went to my rectangular marquee tool, and this handicap access sign a little distracting, so I will select it, use Edit Fill, Content Aware, click OK, and magically gone. Same thing over here. Edit Fill, still on Content Aware. I will leave this soon. I can try it. Not sure how it will do. So magical. There is a little scene there that I could fix a decline step toolbar move on with the intent of this exercise. So instead of using image adjustments, black and white as the dialog suggests, I want this forever editable. For that reason, I use the Adjustments panel, and in the Adjustments panel, you will see what each one does by mousing over it. It gives you a description. So the one I am looking for is black and white, the third icon in the second row. By using this button, it is a non-destructive and forever editable changed to the image. So if I get my proof back from the print shop and the contrast isn't quite where I want it to be, or I am blown out my highlight detail, lost all the whites and the very delicate detail of her wedding dress, then I would be up to adjust it, and I haven't permanently trashed that data. Anything you do under image adjustment is permanent and really not recoverable. But doing it here, I can come in and take a look at what Photoshop sees as red, yellow, greens, cyan, blue, and magentas. We actually used to use a trick in the printing industry of going to the channels, clicking on the red channel or the green channel or the blue channel in whichever one had the highest contrast and best detail. We would stay on that channel and then do image mode grayscale. This dialog eliminated that little technique that we developed. So as I slide reds left and right because her skin tone has a lot of magenta and yellow in it, red is really just affecting the couple's skin tone. Now you can completely change their ethnicity if you wanted to. Not that I would suggest that this is a great tool for very difficult shots. If you have mixed ethnicity in your converting to black and white, there may be just one person you just can't get dark enough or light enough, while the other people in the shop are still well balanced. So a great technique for skin tones. I will decide on something I'm happy with, and often it helps to zoom in a little bit with Command plus or Control plus. I will move the yellows. Again, our skin contains yellow, and depending on the person and their ethnicity, one person may have more than the other. So taking both, that I am seeing more in the bright skin that I am the groom's. Then I will move the greens. These shot didn't have a lot green originally. Often I will click the icon to hide and show, and greens should be affecting mostly the bouquet. So as I moved greens, there you could see the flowers really getting pulled out. So I can get bright, crisp contrast there. And then cyans and blues are going to be affecting, and I might need to hit Control-0 or Command-0 to fit in window, or going to be affecting this area of the image because it was a bright sunny day. And because of the color and texture in these big granite blocks, they pick up a blue cast from the sky. So, science are affecting it quite a bit. I actually like that little bit faded. And then blues will affect the darker parts there, shadow detail there, so I am really pulling a lot out of the stairs. And the lifestyle is magenta. Every shot is different, and you may need to make different adjustments, but you could see I have customized this quite a bit. Now click on the Properties icon to collapse it again, and I will choose Window, Arrange 2 Up Vertical. Here is the original flat conversion by Photoshop. His suit isn't nearly as rich. I am not getting all the detail I can out of her dress. Here is my corrected shots, and in fact, in this gorgeous lamppost here, I see a lot more contrast and detail. So, everyone will have a different preference about how much contrast and detail they did like, but this way you can pull whatever you want out of the photo, especially with more difficult shots that are kind of flat in color to begin with. Going to black and white produces a flat black and white. I had a good starting shot here, so I did have a lot of work to do, but those dials will save your bacon if given the opportunity to make a poor image far better and allocate black and white at the same time. So try this on one of your own snapshots from a friend or family's wedding. Or, if you are a high-end photographer, give this a try instead of using image mode grayscale. And also remember to use adjustment layers so I could come back next week, double-click the settings, and tune them up.